Hare Krishna. So this is Navneet and I welcome you to Vyasa Astro channel. Today we are going to discuss about the conjunction of Moon and Rahu. To understand this conjunction, let's first understand what is Moon and then what is Rahu, and when they are together in your chart, what is happening. You see, Moon has a sole purpose of giving you a lot of happiness. Every planet at the time of the creation was given a task, a very important task, and out of which the task given to the Chandra was to give a lot of internal happiness and bliss. If you can control your mind, you can control the world. If you cannot control your mind, or if your mind is afflicted, the first thing that you internally feel and externally feel is a lot of dissatisfaction, sorrows, and unhappiness. That is why Chandra becomes extremely important planet in a horoscope. If you have good Chandra, if you have a good moon in your chart, you are going to be naturally very, very happy. You'll have control over things. And Rahu is confusion. Rahu is deceptive. Rahu is, it acts like catalyst. It is like a blast. It is like where, you see, there are certain circumstances where you completely destroy yourself, even knowing that this thing is going to kill you. For an example, if you're smoking 25 cigarettes a day, you know that this is going to harm you and this is going to kill you, but still you're doing it. That is Rahu. Right? Rahu knows that he will be chopped off. The Sword Bhanu knew it. It was a Leela. He still stood in the line and got his head chopped off. So that's what Rahu is. And now you bring this Rahu with the Chandra, with the moon. So what happens is it's gonna ask Chandra to get everything in this world. For an example, if you're working in a corporate world, you are in a multinational company and you have a team of 500 people working under you, you are a CEO or a CFO. So having this yuti, this combination, this conjunction in your chart is technically very, very good. Because you are going to find all the happiness outside, outside of your mind. You're going to find happiness in achieving your targets. You're going to find happiness in attaining the success, the promotions. You're going to find happiness in pushing your team. And suppose your company has given you a target of maybe doing 50 sales. So you will tell your team that we have a target of 150 so that they can do 50 and the target is achieved. Certain, deceptive things are seen with this particular conjunction. Because with this conjunction, the biggest problem is that there's no internal peace to the native. Whatever peace or happiness this native is trying to find, he's trying to find it outside. And all our shastras and gurus and teachers say that happiness is not something which is outside, something which is inside is the happiness. That's where the problem is. But if you're in the corporate world and the corporate says that we forget about your inside, we don't believe in what is giving you mental peace or what is giving you peace inside. What we believe is that if you achieve the target, if you live in this Kali Yuga, in this corporate world, and you work hard for 5 days and then you party hard for 2 days and you try to find happiness outside. That's what is the training of the corporate world. That's what corporate thinks. If you're a businessman, you'll find happiness in expanding the business, getting new, new tie-ups, getting new collaborations. That's what your happiness is. But end of the day, when you've got everything in your life and you're still not happy, that is Moon Rahu conjunction, because Mana, the Chandra, is inside. And when the Chandra is afflicted, it has situations where, you feel alone. You think as if you've achieved everything, but still you've got nothing. That's what Moon Rahu is. And when you try to find happiness and you don't get it, you feel as if there is delay in the blessings of the God. Also, with Moon and Rahu, because you need everything so quickly, you cannot wait for the right time. You feel delay. There's tons of delay everywhere. I mean, whosoever has Moon and Rahu conjunction in your chart, just go and check. You'll find unnecessarily delays in your life. Because, Chandra is already afflicted. The vibration, the blessing, it's not there. And Rahu, to tease you, Rahu can only do one thing. Either it can give you something quickly, or it can delay things for you infinitely. That's the principle of Rahu. Do not think that is a catalyst in enhancing everything. It can be a catalyst in giving you so much of pain. It will quickly give you something and then quickly take things back from you, and it will delay years and years to give it back to you. That's what Rahu is. I've seen a lot of people getting very early success in the Rahu Mahadasha. Then by the end of the Mahadasha, or by the middle of the Mahadasha, they lose everything. And they take, decades to recover and come back to the previous situation. Eventually, they never come back to that situation. That's what Rahu Mahadasha does. That's the Chandra and the Moon. Suppose Chandra and the Moon is in the Lagna. You always think of your body, your physique, and the outer world, the way you present yourself in the outer world. You're very conscious about yourself. You're always thinking that the happiness is in the external body, but deep inside, there's mental turmoils. And once you realize it, you start hating this combination in your chart. In the second house, you think that the happiness is in the wealth, in the family, in the food. But one fine day, because of the Rahu itself, you get sick and tired of the food, of the family, of the money, of the assets. And you think that you've done nothing in your life. That's Moon Rahu. In the third house, you try to find happiness by meeting your siblings, your friends. You try to communicate with people and feel happiness. You try to start new ventures. Every day you go out and it's like digging a well every day with Moon and Rahu in the third house. But on the same time, it's outside thing. Internally, you're not happy with what you've done. You always feel as if something is left. It was not a good start. In the fourth house with Moon and Rahu, what happens is you're so emotional, so possessive about your family, about your mother. You're overly caring about, you're thinking a lot. It's like a blast of emotions in the fourth house. And then one fine day you realize that, everything that you worked for, you bought so many cars, you bought so many lands and properties, but nothing has given you the happiness. That's what Moon Rahu does in the fourth house, because internally it is going to give you so much of problems. Mentally, you tried your level best to find the happiness outside, but you could not find it because internally there is affliction of the Chandra. With the fifth house, it's with the children, it's with your love life, it's with your romance. You find that, okay, with children, you'll find happiness, they'll do well, but you get circumstances where either you get children very easily in the early age, or you don't get children, there are abortions. If you get children, there are problems. They're not agreeing, they're not in sync with you. And when your children are not in sync with you, that's trouble. You let them live with their identity, but they should sync with you. A doctor can easily sync with an engineer, isn't it? It's not about what you're doing in life. A doctor can has a best friend as an engineer. I have one of my best friends who is a medical representative. So you need to sync with someone. And in the fifth house, you don't sync with your friends, the person you love, and then you try to find happiness in them, but then you settle down with a lot of trouble inside. Very, very high expectations is what this moon in Rahu can give you. You have tons of expectations, and the expectations are not getting you. You're finding tons of happiness outside, but you don't get it. Sixth house, moon and Rahu, you try to find happiness in business, in daily routine. You try to find happiness in defeating your enemies, in your competition. You try to compete with everyone, and you think if you win a competition, you'll win. You'll win everything. You'll be very happy. But even if you win a competition, you're still not happy. That's what Moon Rahu does. It makes you so possessive about the sixth house, about your diseases, about your problems. And you're trying to find happiness through your work, through your business. But then over the period of time, you realize it's nothing. All I need is just 10 minutes of that happiness every day where I can connect to myself and I can be at peace whole day. That's what you don't get it. In the seventh house, your expectation is from your in-laws, from your spouse, not in-laws. In-laws is eighth house, from your spouse, from your partners. It gives you that mind where you think that if you get a partner in your life, be a business partner or as a spouse, you'll get the happiness. But it does not. Either you get delayed or you get a very early, partner in your life. That's what the nature of Rahu is. It's like extreme ends. Either give you quickly, go take it, enjoy. Or once it take it back, it's not going to give you easily. It's going to delay immensely. There's delay becomes the theme of your life with Moon and Rahu conjunction in any of the house. Be it 10th house, you'll find delays in your office. Because you're trying to find happiness. See, Rahu is very intelligent. Rahu somehow is actually created by Vishnuji. He knows if you can win over your Rahu, the delays will be gone. If you can understand your life, if you can set the expectations right to yourself, nobody, it's not setting expectations to the family or setting expectations to the world, it's setting expectations to yourself. With Moon and Rahu conjunction, there will be a delay. I need to find peace within myself, and meditation does not help here. What helps is when you start becoming a Krishna devotee, when you start doing Purnima Vratas, right? When you start bathing with milk, when you start feeding birds, you start donating food on Amavasya and Purnima, you start donating food to poor people on Sankaranti. These are the things they work. In the ninth house, it's also the Maranaka Sthan for Rahu, and you have Chandra there. You think that going to temples and, if you have a bad time, you'll going to long distance travels and meeting your gurus will give you happiness. The answer is no. It's when you understand the message of the guru, that will give you happiness. Because meeting a guru is not important. To follow on the path of the guru is more important. Meeting of the guru is actually, you come out of their arudhas and you meet their lagna, their intelligence. You get benefit of their vibration. That's it. But The best thing that you can do for a guru is just do what guru has asked you to do blindly, headlessly. That's the best thing. And in the ninth house, you try to find happiness by visiting to the teachers, visiting to the gurus, visiting to various, spiritual places, long distance places, but not doing what you're asked to do. What is the message of that spiritual place? If you go to a Jyotirlinga, what is the message? The Jyotirlinga says that you should be pure. You should have discipline in your life. You should not cheat people. You should not hurry on things. That's the message of the Jyotirlinga. So you can go 10 times the Jyotirlinga. But if you follow the message of the Jyotirlinga, if you follow that you have to have infinite trust and bhakti on Shiva. Why? You know why we have problems in our life? We have problems in our life because we do not trust our gurus and teachers and Bhagwan and Shiva infinitely. There's no trust. You trust them for a month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, and the trust breaks the moment there is some unwanted circumstances in your life. You lose the trust, and that is the test. That's what you lose in ninth house. In the 10th house, it's profession. You try to find happiness in profession, but there's no happiness in profession. The happiness is somewhere else. In the 11th house, you find happiness in social media, with society. But here the message is that the happiness is in the Guru Charana. Means that whenever you follow the footsteps of a Guru or the teachings of the Guru, which is in the 11th house actually, that's when this Moon Rahu conjunction fails and you win. Otherwise, it keep you engaged in the outside world, in the society, and very extremely hollow from inside, extremely vacant from inside, nothing but just the sorrow, no happiness, no state zero, no bliss. In the 12th house, you try to find happiness in physical relations or going abroad, going away from your motherland. You feel if your hidden talents can give you happiness, it can give you excitement, it can give you momentarily happiness. But what gives you happiness is when you go back and understand your mind that it is just a journey. You're here from one station to another station, from 5 years to another 5 years to another 10 years. That's it. And you're traveling and you're experiencing this world. I mean, you are close with people, but you live even when those people die. You live after that. If you lose your parents, if you lose your siblings, you will still laugh after 1.5 years, isn't? If somebody gives you a joke, still you laugh for a moment. At that very moment, maybe for 10 seconds, you forget that you've lost someone who was very dear to you. But then again, when you're alone, when you're trying to sleep in the night, you remember all the people that you've lost in your life. That's known as your internal self. When you're about to sleep, I'm talking about the 12th house again. When you're about to sleep, at that time, you remember certain people. Those people represents your internal happiness. And you have to understand that, they have gone from this world, right? Nobody lives in this world permanently. And if you want to enjoy their presence, even after they're gone, you need to check their arudas, because their arudas, their pictures, their presence, your thoughts, your happy moments, they all are with you. Just try to connect to those happy moments, forgetting that physically they're not there, because you don't have an option. You need to understand. See, there are many people in the western part of the world who don't know how to do certain remedies. They don't know how to do Purnima Vratas and do Satyanarayan Katha and all. The biggest remedy is to counsel these people that, hey, look, nobody can give you peace but you yourself. You have to find peace within yourself by talking to yourself and trying to find the ways. And the only way which I have experienced in my life, is when you become a Shiva devotee or a Krishna devotee. You will find internal happiness. You will find your real path. Because Moon Rahu conjunction does not allow you to find real path. You're trying to find everything outside, everything is inside. That's the problem. That's what Moon Rahu is, and gives you tons of delay and unexpected things in life. In the 8th house, you try to find happiness within laws, with your hidden secrets, or you try to find out the hidden. You become so possessive about your, hidden things, that maybe, uska kya secret hai, what is the secret of that person, and you know the secret, you feel happy, I know the secret, but then you're not. It's deceptiveness. Okay, so the purpose of the moon was to give you happiness. The purpose of the Rahu is to give you deceptiveness. They club together and give you a lot of delays and got a lot of confusions. They want you to find happiness outside. The remedy is to come inside and try to find happiness inside. That's what Moon Rahu is. I'll come back with another video. Till then, God bless you all. Hare Krishna. Bahut bahut pyar. Thank you.